And letting people in now. Hopefully I hit all the groups. I had to repost a different link. It had the same number, but anyway, I'll figure out Zoom before next week. But thanks for jumping on tonight so we can update you and catch up with some things and answer any questions that you might have. Over, up. So our agenda tonight is just to clarify and confirm the rest of the season and what that looks like for all teams. The end of the season party we want to have, tryouts, secondhand tryouts, fall winter season schedule, and coaching needs. And then obviously answer any questions you may have with those items or any items that maybe we didn't bring up. So the rest of the season. So this week we'll finish our time at Sumner High School. So practices will be at Sumner High School this week, and then the following week we're back at Coach E's house. Now the following week we'll do Monday regular practice, and then Wednesday will serve as our end of the year party, and that's when we'll get together and it'll be all planned out. And thank you, Shauna, for doing the flyer and the agenda for that. But we want to get the kids together, parents together, recognize some folks and thank everybody and end the season, with an explanation point or a period. So then we can go right into the following season, which is going to be the following week. And once we start, if you've been with us, things start going and moving. So we want to take a minute to recognize and just appreciate how far we've come this year, especially with the girls program. So that's this week and next week. Any questions about that? All right, good deal. So then tryouts will be Monday the 28th, and this is scheduled for 8th and under tryouts. And fall seasons are kind of it could go either way for us. We can have two teams in each age group, or we can have one team in each age group. But the goal is to be able to support what we have. And we have an influx of coaches, great coaches and staff that we're able to field two teams in each age group. And then if we don't have it, we just have more coaches, more assistant coaches to support what we have. So I'm excited that we do have the support in place should we end up, two teams in each age group. I did post the coaches for the fall winter season. Once the rosters come out, there'll be, a first meeting after that. So there was a question about teams. Some teams that have been together will essentially just roll over. But then there's other teams that, will have tryouts and will move pieces around in the best interest of the player and the team structure to form something, something else. So, but our goal is once we get a team in September, if they have 10 on the roster, then that's their team for the season. So that's our goal. And what we're doing a little different from what we've posted, and mind you, I said, please check back after August 15th, because now things are starting to come out. We're going to do a fall league, where we can get our teams acclimated, our coaches acclimated, and then pretty much start our tournament play, probably later October or November timeframe. But we're going to play in a fall league that a lot of teams play in, that we'll see later on in tournament play. And I love the consistency of that. And I think you guys will really appreciate, the schedule and the consistency of that. But that's going to be our way of getting our players acclimated and our coaches acclimated.
Okay.
In the month of September, we have Tacoma gym space only. So we have Giardroni and Gray Middle School. Not to be confused with Old Gray, but we have those two facilities. So we've divided the time with, each team will have two practices, and there's going to be a training component on your practice days where you can either, if you come early, you could stay late for practice, or you can come early and then go to practice. So there'll be a middle ground where everyone will get training on their practice days. And then Friday is our training day in Tacoma at Giorgione, where we'll be able to do an hour and a half of focused training. And this is only for Magic, and this is included in fees, but this is only for Magic players in September. Now, when October comes, our gym space opens up, so we'll be able to offer a full-time training that you can add to your players' training. And once we get that schedule, we haven't gotten it yet, we'll post, but there'll be additional ball handling, post training, guard training, etc., also included in your fees. It's just addition, or it's a fee for outside members, but it's open to outside people as well. Any questions about that? Looking at my agenda. So I mentioned tryouts being August 28th. There'll be second chance tryouts the following week. And that's for the players that can't make it. And for, there's a lot of tryouts going on. Maybe someone's tried out for other organizations, whatever, and then this is just another opportunity. If a team is still available or still has roster spots available, for that, it'll be open for that team. Second chance tryouts. Yeah, I said that already. Any questions? Coach E, did you want to add anything?
There's a question in the chat. Does each player get evaluated by the 20th?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah, the evaluations, you'll have the evaluations. Some's happening this week, but you'll have your evaluations by the party. So the 28th. So giving us an extra week. I'm getting all those evaluations out to my coaches. I'm also doing a lot of them as well. But you'll definitely have them before our scheduled end of the year party. So between this week and next week, we're giving them out, and we're doing them this week and next week.
Are we still having a retreat at the start of the season?
Yeah. So what I'd like to include, and we're going back old school now. I have to tell you that a lot of our old Magic players told us that we're soft, so I've taken it personally, and we're going to start the way we used to start. So there's going to be a boot camp, and then once teams are formed, there's going to be a team retreat. I think those two things will make a big difference in a lot of our team chemistry and continuity, and sets the tone for the season. So yes, we'll be doing all that.
I think they're also referring to the big retreat that we do, where we bring in
yeah, so that retreat we do in the spring. Yeah. That retreat, yeah. But each team does their own team retreat in the fall. Yeah. Yep. Excited about the next year. I can't believe it's been 18 years. This is the 18th time we're doing this. And we love it still. We love it. So uniforms, we'll have some samples. Some people have bought uniforms already. And if you wouldn't mind bringing them to practice, so parents that will be purchasing uniforms can kind of take a look at it. But we'll also have some samples. They should be coming in this week. But I also understand, people have already bought the backpack. They've already bought, a couple of them have already bought the uniforms. They are updating the practice gear. I saw that it was like $40-some. I was like, oh, whoa, we don't want that. So they're taking the number off of it and giving us a different option. So it won't be that, but we want everybody uniform for practice. It also sets the tone and gets them ready for high school and college. And we just like that. I forgot to mention that on the boys' side, but we want everybody to have practice gear, uniforms, and their shooting shirt. And then each team can decide on their own team shoe. So, but that comes after tryouts. So I mentioned that teams will be in the league. The rising teams already have some things that they're committed to as far as call the ball. So rising 6th, 7th, and 8th, or was it? Yeah, some of the teams already have commitment for that September 8th through 10th. So we're looking to make sure all those rosters are set and ready to go. And then Made Hoops, the rising teams have committed to 6th, 7th, and 8th. So if you end up being on a rising team, please take a look at the schedule that was posted, and then see if that's something you can commit to or not commit to. But the sooner we know, the better. So we can plan accordingly or recruit accordingly. There was a couple questions about the credit from the last meeting, so I'll address it here. Probably have some of the same questions. So we were giving $100 credit for the tournament, and people have opted to either use it towards their registration for September, or they can use it for private training. Just let me know. That's one credit. And then the other credit is if you signed up for the season, meaning paying for the year, you get $150 off of the full year. And that is available through August 15th, so a couple days. But those are the two credits that you can use. And if you have any specific questions, maybe yours is different, just shoot me a message and we can clarify. All good? Any questions?
So our season is not a calendar year, January to December. It is September to August.
Correct. We don't sleep. We're year round.
Hey, Vanessa, question.
Huh?
Some parents may be thinking about this, or maybe it's just me. But for those parents that pay a full season, do they, or register for a full season, do they just assume what team they're going to be on, or how does that work, given tryouts are coming up and rosters will be posted later?
Right. Well, so if you're with Magic, you'll most likely be with Magic. So it's just a matter of placement moving forward. Some players have been with the team, and that team will be rolling over. If you have specific questions on, it's hard for us to tell, unless there's a team that's been together, it's hard for us to tell that this will be your team. But we have an idea. So, yes, you'll be on a Magic team. We just don't know exactly what team.
And, Vanessa, I do have something, and I'm brain dead, and that's why I didn't mention it in the boys' meeting, but maybe we can mention it next week, is, we plan our finances, what we can pay for, the gyms that we can support, the tournament based on people staying with us for a season, which is 6 months. So if your child has something else to do, and you want to take a month off or 2 months off, that really makes it difficult for us fiscally. So if you know that type of thing now, then you can tell me, Edwina, my child can only participate for 4 months. I'd like to take 2 months off. It's much easier for me to make that adjustment now than in the middle of the season. In the middle of the season, I'm going to want to tell you, you got to keep paying, or you're just off the team, because it really makes it difficult for us to pay our bills when people are in and out of the program. I'm done.
Good deal. Deshaun, did I answer your question?
Yeah, and I was just thinking about what other parents might be wondering, so just thought to ask, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
There is another question in the chat. If you're paying on a monthly basis, how do we apply for the credit? Well, if you have the $100,
Yeah,
you get it.
yeah, if you have the code, which
Yep.
is, I'll just tell you that right now, which is,
Well, can you tell the people that it applies to? And
yeah,
not just everybody. And then if you're paying for the season, right, there's a different code,
yeah, is it different?
paying for the year.
Yeah. So yeah, shoot me a message and I'll send you the code. Any other questions, guys?
Coach, I don't have a question, but I have more of a comment for tryouts.
Sure.
Try and get there at least 10 minutes prior to your tryout times, and make sure you come and see me prior to entering the gym. I need to make sure everyone gets checked in.
And actually, no one will be able to get in the gym unless they're registered. So
Yes, so I
Yeah.
will be outside the door. Shauna, my picture's not showing, sorry. I think Michelle Ann said she's gonna help me, so just make sure you come and see me prior to bringing your child in the gym.
I'm gonna be there.
Oh, Edwina too. So also grade doesn't really have a whole lot of room for parents to be cramped in there. FYI.
oh yeah, I haven't been in there. So I don't
The new one, right?
yeah, it's the new one.
Yes, it doesn't have any room and it's really hot in there. So I probably recommend parents not being in there.
Oh, okay, well, okay. Someone asked what league we'll be in. The league that we'll be in is
That depends on the team you're on, doesn't it?
the fall league. It's a peak fall league. Peak fall league. And it runs September and October. Yep. And then tournament play will go in November, December. And we'll update what we've posted so far because this is new information I got over the weekend. So I will update that and then include that in the newsletter Monday.
Coach V, I'm guessing the fall, like the peak fall league that you're doing, is it similar to what was done spring?
Yes. So
Okay.
if yeah. So if
I think that's all they're trying to figure out.
yeah, if Rising team does it, then they'll play up a grade.
Right.
So
Okay.
yeah.
And I have a question kind of on Nishan's question when registering. So if we register now, since we don't know what team, do we just go by currently if they're on Elite doing Elite or if they're on Rising doing Rising? Does it ask what team they'll be joining?
No, it'll just ask you the grade. So put the grade they're going into.
Okay.
Yeah.
All righty, I think we have 4 minutes before our next meeting.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm gonna try to get the right code for that one.
Yeah. Oh, a big shout out and thanks to everyone who joined us for the Magic Night out at the Storm.
Yeah.
It's a great,
Cool evening.
and we did the 50-50 raffle, a great success. So
How
thank
was
you.
the turnout for the raffle?
It was nice.
It
It
was
was
1,300.
Nice.
Yeah.
26 total. The winner got 1,300.
I think we would have, the most we've ever done is like 2,200 that we've made, so 4,200. But I think it's a cashless facility and they want people to have cash for the 50-50 raffle. So I think that really affected our sales. So I've made some suggestions to the Storm.
That makes sense. I should have had Aaliyah bring the card machine for you guys.
They wouldn't do it.
Yeah, they
won't.
wouldn't let us do cash. They would let us only do cash and $5. We couldn't. So they tied our hands a little bit. So, but they're good at taking suggestions. So hopefully, that suggestion that would have helped a lot because a lot of people wanted to donate but didn't have cash.
Yeah, and it's
Okay.
difficult. How do you split the money if you're sending it to somebody's Venmo or Cash App?
Right.
So I think we just need to be the ATM and bring
Yeah,
some and let people know us.
brilliant idea, Coachy. Yeah. So
Go
the
ahead.
1,300, just we're sharing with for 1,300. We took a pretty big hit on uniforms last year, so we're using some of the money for that, and then the gym space, and just catching up on stuff. So that's what we're using the money for. So it was a big help, big success, and we appreciate everyone's support.
Hey, Vanessa, real quick, I know you have 1 minute to go, but did you highlight or call out like for the end of the season party for the girls on the 28th that it's potluck style and also that they're swimming and
It should be
call
the
out those
20,
specifics?
it should have been 24th or the
Yeah, it's the 24th, Sean.
20
There's a flyer
Oh,
out
24th.
already.
23rd, right? 23rd for the girls,
Yeah,
24th for the boys.
Yep.
There's a
Oh,
A
sorry, the
flyer.
28th, I'm thinking tryouts. Sorry. Okay.
There's a flyer and Evite out, I believe. So
Yes, and there's also a Google link for sign up so we can figure out so we can get the volunteers. So drinks, a dish, cleanup, stuff like that. So if everyone can get that filled out by no later than Sunday the 20th, so we can kind of get an idea if there's anything missing that we have to pick up prior.
And I
go
do
ahead.
have a group available, and I'll make sure there's propane.
Okay. I'll probably bring a gas one for you or a charcoal one as well, just so it's easier to have a couple of them going. But yeah, potluck style, there is a sign up sheet. If I can have everyone fill out the Google sheet just so we can kind of see what's coming and if there's too much of something type thing.
perfect. Good deal.
We're late for our next meeting.
Yeah, I'm moving it to 8:45. So yeah, hang on.
You can't do that. I promised my husband I'd watch a show with him at 9.
Gee,
That means you only get 15 minutes in the next
15
meeting.
minutes. Yeah, that's fine.
Shower.
Are you really saying this right now?
Yeah.
You really? Okay, guys, thank you for jumping on.
It's called work-life balance. It's okay. That's a good example of it.
Yeah.
Bye. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.